Chelsea 2, Watford 1, but the biggest news surrounding Chelsea Football Club is what happened in Paris. Kylian Mbappe signs a lucrative deal that is beyond compare, and the domino effects for Chelsea are beyond compare. It is unbelievable what is going to happen to Chelsea's transfer targets. We need to devour it, we need to dive in, and we need to decapitate this story. Let's get into it. Yes, Brato here, welcome to the Kavkas View, and in today's video, we are going to be covering amazing stories. Stories that are going to have you on the edge of your seat, mouth-watering, and top intrigue level. So we're going to start with the Kylian Mbappe news, and then we're going to look into the domino effects, how Neymar could potentially be on the cards for Chelsea. And it's not just a stupid deal that Chelsea fans have inflated and manufactured themselves, but it's one that actually could be on the table. And then we look at two potential players, Tchouaméni and Ousmane Dembele. What are the ramifications for them going to Chelsea now? Is this deal still going to happen? And then, of course, we are going to review the Watford versus Chelsea, the 2-1 victory at Stamford Bridge, the good, the bad, and the downright ugly. Grab yourself a drink. It's hot in the UK. Stay hydrated. Grab yourself a snack. Popcorn would be my snack of choice. And enjoy the video. But before we get started, I think it's very important all of you support the cause. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and let me know your thoughts. Do you believe Mason Mount should have got Player of the Year? Personally, I wouldn't have given it to him, but I don't have a lot of problems with it. For me, the Player of the Year was Thiago Silva. Thiago Silva was phenomenal and deserved. But let's get on with the news. So unless you've been living under a rock, you know the Kylian Mbappe saga through back to front. It's been massive. It's been enormous, and it's been one that's been covered by every major outlet. So Kylian Mbappe has signed a new deal with PSG for 3 years, and this deal, listen to this, 300 million euros signing on fee, 100 million on a yearly net, so that's after tax. He gets a say who the new coach is, a say on who the new technical director, and potentially say on sales and entries into the club. This is massive news. This has extraordinary ramifications, not only for PSG, not only for Real Madrid, but clubs like Chelsea Football Club. Chelsea are directly impacted by it. And let's break this down into detail. Number one, it's coming out that Neymar's time at PSG is all but complete. The Qataris have had enough of Neymar, and they do not want him around the club. If the right offer comes in, they want to sell. The right offer is known to be around 70 million euro. If that offer comes in, they will be happy to relieve him of his duties and allow him to go somewhere else, and they'll say bon voyage, and he will move on. For me, it is very important that Chelsea consider this move. Neymar is a generational talent. Neymar's statistics are unbelievable. Neymar's talent is second to none. And a tuned-in Neymar is phenomenal for football in general, let alone the team he's playing for. Whilst Neymar is an extraordinary talent, I cannot ignore the negatives. Neymar in the last 5 seasons has not played more than 22 games on 5 occasions. 5 seasons as PSG, the highest he's played is 22. He's cracked 20 twice. Then Neymar is a brand. Neymar's brand off the pitch is as important to him as his footballing career on the pitch. That brings distraction. Are we ready to have that at Chelsea? And finally, the wage structure. Neymar will be demanding not similar to Kylian Mbappe, but I'm telling you now, not far off. He will be demanding the 400Ks, the 500Ks, and our best paid player at this moment in time is Romelu Lukaku with 325. 325 will not satiate Neymar. So it is a big move, and it is going to surround potential queries, and this is something that the new board could potentially want to complete. But saying all that, that was all hypothesis, right? That is all what we're thinking about. Now, what is concrete? Well, the rumors now have it that Real Madrid, who are scarred, bruised, and offended, are openly going to go all out to get Tchouaméni. Tchouaméni is a midfielder that Chelsea have been chasing. And the issue here now arises, Real Madrid have got an abnormal amount of money now just sitting there, and they can go and reinvest. The rumors are coming out that they're not going to go and panic buy and buy another forward. They will wait for the right person to shed his head. But at the same time, they are willing to do business. They need a statement signed. And Tchouaméni could be another great piece next to Valverde, next to Camavinga, to be the future of their midfield. Yet, rumors in Paris, in La Parisienne, are coming out with Kylian Mbappe as the new sporting director, basically, is instructed the club, I want to see Ousmane Dembele and I want to see Chouameni potentially at the club. Now the question arises, can PSG even afford it via financial fair play? But we all know that that has been more lenient since the pandemic. But at the same time, the club does need to watch how they spend their money. It's ridiculous at this moment in time. So Chelsea all of a sudden could be in a situation where Mbappe re-signing could be a problem for Ousmane Dembele because he'll go and be Di Maria's replacement. Yet, it could also lead to Chouameni joining them there and Chelsea get left with nothing. And this is very worrying for me. I really hope Chelsea think about this and act in an according manner. We need to be proactive and get deals done ASAP. Chelsea beat Watford 2-1 today, and it was one of those games that you could see was just a glorified friendly. Chelsea get 3 points, but nothing more or nothing less was mattering. Chelsea actually were very professional in the fact that they continuously tried to win the game. So let's get into the good. The good was that Chelsea won the game. You know, when it went 1-1, and a lot of teams would have packed it in it, but Chelsea continued to attack. And it was a great move on the side where Reece James does what Reece James does, outside of the boot, top quality cross, and Ross Barkley, among our others, is the one to profit from the delivery. Good header, Chelsea win and get 75 points. Is it the 80 I hoped for? No, but 75, considering the fact that the season's been over for a while now, is a good return. 18 points behind City isn't great. It's progress by 1 point, but it should have been more. But at the same time, the players have been on the beat. We have got truly world-class players, and I think a lot of people don't appreciate this. And this is the second positive. Mendy's save at 1-0 was absolutely world class. I think a lot of people are waiting to get on Mendy's back. This has been a little trend at Chelsea Football Club now. We build our players up and then we wait for them to drop some form only for us to pummel. And the same with Reece James now. Reece James is another world-class player, but we don't want to give him the plaudits. For some reason, we want to hurt him, we want to devalue him, and we want to underrate him. And I think we need to start paying more respects to those players. And these are the players that next year will have to take another step, more consistency, and hopefully Chelsea can compete for a title. But with that, we need reinforcements, but today, both of them were very good in my opinion. One player that really impressed me today was Kai Havertz with the way he led the line. I think he was running in behind, he was energetic, and he was linking up play. A lot of you are going to say, Alex, he missed a lot of chances. Well, I don't think he missed a lot of chances considering he had the one in the first half where he hit it at the keeper when he created it himself with his direct running. Not many players in the Chelsea team do that. Number 2 was the finish from Kennedy's beautiful cross, very nice cross. And number 3 was the one where he hit the crossbar, where I think he done very well in that situation. I do want more consistency from Kai Havertz next year. I am expecting 12 to 14 league goals next year. I don't think Kai's ever going to get up to the 18, 19, 20s. I don't think he has it in his game. I don't think he's clinical enough. But I think his all-round performances will maintain Chelsea as a title contender if he is the way forward. But we have to get wingers that chip in with goals. It's non-negotiable. What was good to see that it was a farewell tour today. It was an absolute farewell tour. And let me break this down. Kennedy gets an assist. Farewell. Decent performance, but we see why he's not Chelsea quality. Not good defensively and was very exposed on numerous occasions. Saul had a decent game and it was his last game for Chelsea Football Club. We will not be activating that option. I do not see Chelsea paying 35 million. He's not good enough and does not provide enough cover. He's played 4 games all season in the Premier League. Not good enough. Azpilicueta's final game, captain, leader, legend, a lot of people will call him. I don't personally view him that way, but I think he was a good servant for the club. Thank you for your tenure. Rudiger got a standing ovation, one of a god. The way Chelsea fans rallied around him, he deserved it after the Champions League triumph last season, but people have quickly forgotten how bad he was prior to that. But for me, it was important. Then Ross Barkley came on, had one last hurrah with a late winner, and it was nice to see. And why is this in the good? Because I think Chelsea need to move off these players ASAP. If Chelsea want to get to the standard that they want to be with the Man Cities and the Liverpools and consistency, those players all need to be improved with better squad or start. So I hope this happens, and I hope Chelsea actively move these players on. Now we're getting into the bad. Look, winning games is difficult enough. When you make stupid decisions and you have players that are not good enough for the club making dumbass decisions, it becomes harder. And the goal that Watford scored was a beautiful example of that. You get Reece James that's caught out in the middle of the back three. Thiago Silva, for some reason, is the closest man to the crosser. No one's marking the cross. Sarr doesn't track his man from wing back. Saul's in the left centre back position. Both of them are just standing and watching. Kike, diving header, beautiful goal. And the fact of the matter there is, why is Malang Sarr not tracking his runner? Why is Saul not knowing his bearings? And I understand crosses come in every now and then, but you need to do better. Chelsea need to be keeping clean sheets. I understand it felt like a pre-season friendly with points attached to it, but it's not good enough. And for me, that goal epitomized Chelsea's end of season. What really frustrated me, and a lot of you are going to say, Alex, you're being very picky, is it's a friendly. It's ideally a friendly. But where is Harvey then? Where is Simons? Where is Hell? Where are all the talents, the young Cobham talents that deserve to be in the squad to get an opportunity? I know they have not had a great season at U23 level, but surely there's some talents that we can get excited about, we can get behind, and the kids are going to be the future. This is the first season in a long time. I think it's the first season ever in the Premier League calendar year since '92 that one teenager hasn't played for Chelsea Football Club. Let that sink in. That's very worrying. Like, that is extremely worrying. And for me, that just tells me either Cobham's not producing the next talents or the next talents are leaving. Because you've got the Brogers, you've got the Livramentos, you've got the Gallaghers, you've got the bunch of players that are, and Pardus that are coming back. But the youth of tomorrow needs to be given opportunities or they will be leaving on a permanent basis. Look at what Saliba's doing with Arsenal. Just look at it. Players will leave. Nothing was too damn right ugly. Nothing was absolutely ugly from this game. But the problem here is this almost became another Leicester, Manchester United, Brighton, where its home points dropped. But in this case, we actually got the points and it was fine. But I think we need to improve our home record. It's mid-table at this moment, 7th, 8th in the league. We need to be closer to 2nd or 1st. We need to be 1st, 2nd, 3rd or 4th. That range for me. And then away, we are doing very well with 2nd or 3rd. So we need to maintain that. But for me, other than that, there was nothing to complain about. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Let me know your thoughts on the Neymar deal, by the way. It's wild. It's impacting all of us. And peace out. I'm out.